football fans, it's me, the Fantasy Football Girl, coming at you with another edition of Vlog Times. Big thanks to everyone who participated in betting on Boldness for Boobies. Whether you participated 1 week or over all 4, I really appreciate it, as I'm sure anyone who has been affected by breast cancer does as well. We raised a lot of money for the Memorial Sloan Kettering Cancer Center. I'll be sure to post those totals and your Twitter handles and all of the results later this week, so check back on Friday or Saturday for that. I also want to thank everyone who's been tuning into the X's and Y's podcast, a his and hers guide to fantasy football. My co-host John Evans and I really appreciate it. If you haven't checked us out yet, we are on iTunes, or you can look us up at hisandhersfootball.com, so be sure to check that out. All right, let's get into it. Bust bombs and bonuses for Week 8. So if a running back were to carry the ball 13 times for 57 yards and catch 6 receptions for 55 yards, they normally wouldn't qualify as a full-on bust. However, if that running back were Ryan Matthews of the San Diego Chargers, and he put up those numbers while Mike Tolbert was sidelined for the entire game, and he fumbled, and he got hurt in the fourth quarter, forcing him to leave the game, which went into overtime, after struggling with injuries all season long and putting up inconsistent numbers, well then yes, he is absolutely a bust. What a disappointing day for Matthews owners. Now, as I said, he did leave the game in the fourth quarter with a groin injury. He is not expected to play in Week 9 against Green Bay. It was Curtis Brinkley who stepped in and stole the show. He carried the ball 10 times for 43 yards and scored a touchdown. I'd say he was a great waiver wire get, except he got a concussion at the end of the game, and we're not sure what his availability will be or if he'll be cleared to play in Week 9 against Green Bay either. Good news, however, is that Mike Tolbert should be back in Week 9. So Tolbert owners, things are looking up for you, and I would say that's the only bright spot right now in the Chargers backfield. Fingers crossed, at least Tolbert can stay healthy. Major snaps for the Philadelphia cornerbacks. Oh my goodness, in Week 8, they completely shut down Dez Bryant, the normally dynamic and incredibly athletic wide receiver for the Dallas Cowboys was held catchless until the fourth quarter. He only had 3 receptions for 28 yards, didn't even see the end zone. The only thing to say about this was bombs away. Now, Bryant owners, there is a ray of hope. Week 9, he sees Seattle, and lucky for him, Nnamdi isn't a part of the Seahawks secondary. Up until Monday night, Kansas City's rookie wide receiver Jonathan Baldwin was best known for getting his butt kicked in the locker room by Thomas Jones at the beginning of the year. Well, all of that was forgotten, and I imagine forgiven, in Week 8 on Monday Night Football when Baldwin helped the resurgent Chiefs top the San Diego Chargers. In his second career start, Baldwin was targeted 8 times, second only to Dwayne Bowe, who was targeted 11 times by quarterback Matt Castle. He had 5 receptions for 82 yards, including a gorgeous 39-yard touchdown. This kid has a ton of upside. Check out your waiver wire. If you have problems with injuries, if you have bye week obstacles, pick him up. In Week 9, he sees the Miami Dolphins, whose secondary is atrocious. They're ranked 27th against the pass and have given up 14 touchdowns in the air. So, as my bonus, Jonathan Baldwin.